Hey guys, it's Ricardo from Life of a Punter. I wanted to spend some time in this video explaining how to navigate the matchday page. This is a page that you will likely spend a lot of time on, so it's important that you feel comfortable on how to navigate this page. Matchday page is a list of fixtures for any given day. You can use the calendar function to filter by date, and you'll be able to see a list of fixtures for that date for each of the 5 leagues that we cover: the Premier League, La Liga, Ligue 1, Bundesliga, and Serie A. For our advanced and professional package users, you can actually click on a match to view head-to-head statistics. One of the reasons why we wanted to give you statistics is because before creating this site, we were members of tipster sites. And what we found was that nearly all tipster sites just tell you what to bet on, but they never really gave you rationale on why they're betting on what they're betting. They never provided stats to really make us feel confident on what we're betting on. So to be different, we figured that on our website, on our tipster site, we actually give our users statistics so that you can see why we're betting on what we're betting on. So let's click on a match. We'll click on Palermo versus Juventus. When you click on the match, in the banner image, Palermo versus Juve, where the team on the left is the team that's at home and the team on the right is the team that's away from home. The banner image will show form for the last 6 games this season. So Palermo this season, last 6 games, they have drawn, won, lost, drawn, and won. Banner image is also going to tell you what the group classification is for these 2 teams. Palermo this season is Group 3 and Juventus this season is Group 1. When you scroll down, you'll see historical match statistics. You'll be able to see the head-to-head statistics for these 2 teams. So far this season, these 2 teams haven't played against each other. That's why all the stats are showing 0. However, you can filter for different seasons. So let's click on see how these teams have played in the last 3 seasons against each other. We give the results first. So you see here, Juve has actually won this game in each of the last 4 fixtures. Match goal over 0.5 has been 100%, which means there's been no goalless games. Average match goal is 1.25, so generally low scoring game. Most of the goals look to come in the second half because first half over 0.5 is only 25% versus second half over 0.5 is 100%, and both teams' score is 0%. So this right off the top of the bat tells you that Juve dominates this fixture and that Palermo doesn't generally score in this fixture, at least in the past 3 seasons. Anything with a green arrow signifies that the statistic is strong. What we like to take a look at is we make bets on anything that has stats for 75% or higher. If the stat's 75% or higher, that's definitely a bet that can be backed. Separating into specific team stats, Palermo being the home team is shown first. See here in the last 3 seasons versus Juve, they've scored 0% and they've conceded 100% of the time. Time of goal before refers to time of first goal. Since Palermo hasn't scored, you'll see time of first goal is 0 for all of 10 to 90th minute. When looking at Juve, we saw that Palermo has conceded 100%, so that's why Juve score shows as 100% versus Palermo in each of the last 3 seasons. Looking to when that goal has actually come from Juve, in the past 3 seasons, SFH, which is score first half, is only at 25%, which means they generally don't score in the first half. However, we see SSH is at 100%, which means they've scored in 100% of their games in the second half. So right here, this tells me that if Juve are going to score in this fixture, it's probably going to be in the second half. And that's evidence even further looking at Juve time of first goal before. So you'll see they haven't scored until at least the 40th minute, and even then the statistic's not very high. So if we are going to make a bet here, we'll probably maybe wait until half and then do a Juve score second half bet. Scrolling down the page even more, you can see the historical score line, so you can actually see what the final scores were in each of the past 3 seasons. What we also like to do is not just take a look at the head-to-head stats. Since we also group teams into group 1, 2, 3, and 4, we like to take a look at how has each team played against that group of teams to see if the head-to-head stats are backed up with the team versus group. So since we favor Juve in this game, we're going to take a look at Juventus. I'm going to select Serie A. Juve is our reference team, so we'll select them first. And Palermo is a group 3 side, so we're going to select the group 3 from the Want More Stats, and we're going to click on Go. So the next page shows Juventus versus group 3 sides. Overall, in the past 3 seasons, you see there Juventus has won 37 of these matches, drawn 6, and lost 4. So Juve is definitely favored in this matchup. Match goals, the average match goal is about 2.55. The percentage of a goal in the first half is 64%, as shown as FH over 0.5. And then SH, which is second half over 0.5, is 81%. So this, again, it reinforces what we took a look at the head-to-head, is that if there are goals, they're probably going to be in the second half. And then looking at Juve stats, Juve, they scored 100% of games versus group 3 sides in the past 3 seasons. That's good. That's what we're taking a look at. They've scored in the first half only 55%. That's not high enough for us. Scored in the second half is 70%, but what we really like is the green arrows in the Juve time of goal before. You'll see Juve time of first goal 60 is 77%. Juve first goal before the 70th is 85%. Juve first goal before the 80th is 91%. So we're definitely going to be backing Juve for a score second half bet, given if they don't score in the first half. So this is how we like to reinforce the head-to-head stats. You might also be asking yourself, well, how's Juve playing this season overall, right? So if you scroll down to the very bottom of the page, after the historical score lines, instead of selecting group 3, you're going to select overall, and then click on Go. And then this is going to show you how Juve has played against every single team in Serie A. So by default, it shows the last filter that was chosen, which was the last 3 seasons. Let's change that to this season, and you'll see here Juve this season, they've won 6 games, drawn 3 games, and lost 4. Again, from what we took a look at from the head-to-head and the team versus group, Juve haven't really been scoring too much in the first half. They've been scoring more in the second half. So when we take a look at Juve, they've scored this season 77% of their games. They've only scored in the first half 38% of their games, which reinforces our first 2 matchups that we were looking at. But look at that, score second half is 77%. So this reinforces it even more that if Juve are going to score in this game, it's going to be in the second half. So a valid bet here that we would definitely place one on is Juve to score in the second half if they don't score in the first half. So I hope you understand now our methodology behind, or our rationale, how we actually make our bets, so that when you see our bets in the best bet and the watch list, if you want to take a look at the stats to see why we've made the bets that we're recommending, you can definitely come to this section here and take a look at the stats for yourself. And even if there are bets on the best bet that we like but you particularly don't like, you can always come here. We offer you the stats, and you can take a look at stats for any single game that you want in any of the 5 leagues that we offer, and you can make a different bet if you would like. We have statistics for each of the past 5 seasons for each of the 5 leagues that we cover. For time of goal, we only have data for the last 3 seasons, but for everything else, we have data for each of the past 5 seasons for each of the 5 leagues. So that's it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you understand more the thinking that we do when we make our bets. And like always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact us and we're more than happy to chat. Thank you.